Good morning, everybody. Alrighty, let's have a look, make sure we can see everything. How is everybody doing? All right, I think we're in the frame. And I think we can see everything. It is so beautiful here today in Calgary. And I feel like we really have to enjoy the enjoy the weather while we have it. We are going to have a look at some beautiful cards that the design team created for Carnival this year. And they do such an amazing job. So I haven't even looked up close at a lot of these cards. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Alrighty. So I'm going to pull these down a little bit. I absolutely love these. They are so, so sweet. But I thought, let's look through them. I've got some products that some of the girls used on, could have been on these cards or some other things that are in the shop. And sometimes it helps to have a close up look at things. Hi, Monica. And then you can kind of tell, like maybe there's something in there that you really love, a sentiment, or and sometimes it's not always easy to tell that unless you get a close-up look at it. So I've got more than this. This is just all that would fit on here. So I'm going to show you them. They're mixed up, so there's probably some that are overlapping. Plus, I am absolutely in love with this reel. This is from Spellbinders. And like I said, we'll look at these after. This is packaged a little differently than if you were to get it. But this is the color reel or the real color die set and better press plate and dies. So it comes with your reel, and I just love these Viewmaster reels. I have an old vintage set of like a Viewmaster and a whole bunch of old of the films and of the reels that my uncle had given me when I was a kid. So I'm really glad that I kept a hold of them, but I just love them. I think there's so many fun things you could do with these. You could punch pattern paper. I just went for a little bit of a rainbow look. And then there's all kinds of sentiments that you're going to be able to add. So this would be really cute cards. You could add it to scrapbook page, create memories one frame at a time. That would be really pretty. Your kindness is my rainbow. That would go really nice with a rainbow Viewmaster. So really, really cute. I just love this one. All right, we'll get back to our cards here and then we'll have a look at these after. What's everybody been up to? This week has been an absolute blur. It's just sped by. We've had grad stuff and band camp, and I can't believe it's Thursday already. I love this. I don't know exactly who made this. So yeah, sorry that I can't tell you exactly who made this. It was, so we have, Jenny and Stacy and Rosie and Virginia. It's probably one of them. Could have been someone else. We also have Jen. If you follow our Facebook and Instagram, then you'll see posts from those people. So look at the dimension on these flowers. This is absolutely stunning. And then you've got this splatters in the background. So this uses the Magnificent Magnolia Craft Your Life project kit. If you don't see this specific kit in the shop, Sandy does order from Altenew, and if it's something you want her to bring in, just email her, and when she places her next order, she can add that on. Isn't it gorgeous? Hey, like just the way that this is colored is just incredible. They've used Altenew inks, the Obsidian Pigment ink for the black. That's my favorite black stamping ink. Gems Sparkles and the uh, Gonzai Tambi, which I'm probably saying wrong, Starry Colors, metallic ink, and that must be for the splatters. So I'm guessing this is a stencil in the background to color the leaves, and then that sentiment is beautiful. And then we've got this one here with the door in the background. Some doors close, some closed doors are blessings, and we all know that. The next door will lead to something amazing. That's so pretty with the flowers on there. So this is the Flower Arch Craft Your Life kit. So I believe the Craft Your Life kit comes with like the stamp and stencils and maybe something else. Obsidian ink, so I'm not going to read them all, but we've got metallic watercolors and some gem sparkles from Altenew as well. That's so pretty. Then I just love these. This is on a card base. You could use this wherever you want, or you could stick it onto a card. And this is using the Alex Siberia, a collab with Spellbinders. And these are the, again, I'm probably saying this wrong, but Kokeshi. I'm just going to say it. Dolls. They are so sweet. I definitely want to make some things with this. I think you could do so many things with their little outfits, and it almost reminds me of paper dolls. Hi, Lynn. I loved paper dolls. Did you guys play with paper dolls when you were kids? Like, I had so many hours either playing with paper dolls or like making my own and making my own clothes for them. Here's a look at the set. So you've got that main kind of the hair, the two different hair, the little outfit, which you can customize, and the sleeves, and then these little accessory pieces and the face. They are absolutely adorable. So sweet. So that's really cute. That looks like a bit of a stencil maybe in the background. Awesome. And you could use these for anything. I mean, you could, depending on your sentiment, really could use them for whatever you want. This is Altenew as well. This is the Tranquil Trail. So I have this to show you. That's right here. And what do I have here? This might be the, let's see, this might be the stencils for it. That looks like the bike and the flowers. Yeah. So this is the stamp set. It is a huge stamp set, and you get this huge flower. I can just imagine this great big flower on a scrapbook page. I think it would be beautiful, but you can also stamp it on a card background, just cut out the pieces that you want, and then you've got all the layers of stencils that are going to color those in just perfectly. And then the bike. I love the bike stamp. So great, and lots of different. I love that Altenew always puts lots of different sentiments in their sets. Really, really nice. And this is Find Joy in the Journey, and then the little bike is popped up on top of that floral background. Very nice. And that has Altenew ink and embossing powder as well, the gold embossing powder. That's a really nice touch when sometimes I don't think about that embossing it with gold, but it really does give a really nice touch to it. Then we've got this gorgeous card. I love that they've embossed on black and then just rubbed a little bit of that gold on. So this is the Altenew Zero Waste Oval Serenity die set. I'm guessing that's that. Spellbinders cardstock. This is the Geo Diamonds Altenew embossing folder. Hi, Holly. We've got Olo markers, and the sentiment is from the Altenew Magnificent Magnolias Craft Your Life kit. And I believe that is in the shop. So very pretty. Then we have this one here. That is stunning. It's the Charming Floral Background Press Plate and Stencil. And it's almost like you've made your own patterned paper. That is absolutely gorgeous. And then I love how they stenciled it and then they cut out the die and popped up the inside. And then you've got that little hello. And I'll just turn it over in case you need to come back to it for screenshot or something. Very pretty. Then this is Sending Hugs. Beautiful again. Let's see. That's that floral plate again. Look how different those look. And this is foiled. So you can foil press plates using your Spellbinders foiling machine. And then they've used the silver Spellbinders foil, the glimmer machine, and Altenew inks to fill in those flowers. I really love that. I love that with that negative space foiled. Okay, this one here is so pretty, and I really want to cut this out as well. So this is the Parchment Bouquet Layering die set. Isn't that pretty? I mean, there's so many things that you could use this for on the front of the card, and look what a nice size that is. So that cuts out all your pieces, and look at that layering. It's just beautiful. And then let's see here. That die set, we've got Lisa Horton Interference inks and metallic inks and the Magnificent Magnolia Sentiment and Alex Siberia Abstract Press Plate. And that is gorgeous as well. Like, can you think about if you bought a sheet of this foiled textured paper and you can just make your own whatever color you want. Hi, Maureen. This one here, so pretty. Look at this in the light. So you've got your, I think these are the shimmer pastes. Let's see, shimmer relief paste. And I love how they've put various colors on there. That Altenew Luminous Diamond Rings stencil, and then a Spellbinders Happy Birthday Wishes. That's a really nice size as well. So, so pretty. And I'm going to play with these. I didn't get them out today, but I think that I think Rosie may have demoed these, but if not, we'll demo them at some point. But it's a big jar of it, and you can see how pretty that is in the light, like so shimmery. Okay, let me grab some more here. I love looking at cards like this. I find that It definitely gives me some inspiration um, to, create cards. If I have a card that I like, that I see, and it's like, I really like that design, and you've got your background rectangle, you've got an oval, and some things in the center, then you could definitely use that design. It says, Miss Your Sweet Face, and this is so sparkly and textured. So this is let's see here. Oh, I think that's die cut. Ocean Reflection Glitter Cardstock. Turquoise. We've got that oval Serenity die. We've got shimmer, brass shimmer relief paste. So that's this one in the background. And Through the Tulips stamp set for the sentiment. And then Altenew dots. That is so, so cool. Okay, here we have a stenciled flower. I really like this design with the flowers coming from the top and the bottom on each side. Hi, Morita. Pause, breathe, and let beauty inspire you. That's so nice. And then this is like a cloud background. And I love that they've done this on a colored, like it doesn't have to be, even if it's clouds, which I think it is. You don't have to just use blue. Like I would automatically think of using blue, but I love that they put a color that coordinates with the ink. And let's see. Through the Tulips stamp and stencil. I don't know if I have that one. Let me see. Oh, I think I do. Yeah, so here's the Through the Tulips stamp and stencil set. This little chair with the little table, I love that they've paired this with this really great floral set. And you can see it's such a nice size. And then you've got these really great sentiments. And of course, the stencils to color everything in, which makes it super easy. If you are starting to get into stencils, Altenew, there's probably various companies if you look for stencil brushes in the shop that have the small brushes. So some are really small, like the detail brushes. And if you have really small areas, all I do is if I'm using this for an ink and I finish my inking in that color, I just wet a cloth a little bit, rub this till the color isn't coming off anymore, and that's it. I don't wash it, and then I just use it for whatever color I want, and I haven't had any problems. So those are the detail ones, and then Altenew also, let me just find here. They also have these ones that are a little bit larger and the same thing. So I just mix and match the colors, but even if you had, I only have 3 of these, but if you had 6 and then you just kind of use them for each color and you didn't worry too much about having to do the colors to mix or anything, I think that would be a good option. This is kind of a in between the bigger brush and then that smaller detail. They are lovely cards, aren't they, Lynn? Yeah, we're very thankful for all the designers who do these cards up. We've got the Altenew ink cube set. I love Altenew inks. I love the sets of 4 that come in like the almost like an ombre set from light to dark, and I find they're really easy to coordinate when I'm putting stencils on. And then I use them for lots of other things as well. It's the Cloudy Day 3D embossing folder. That's this folder in the background. White pigment ink, so they've highlighted those little clouds. That was so smart. And we've got smoky quartz gem sparkles. That is lovely. Here again is that set. Where did I just put it? But this time they've used the table and chairs, and then that cloud background. Isn't that sweet? And I love that this is like a wooden background, so it almost feels like you're sitting on the dock. Hi, Kim. And then you've got this background panel that you've got some blue fading. So that makes me think of just a sunset on the dock, sitting and relaxing, probably having just a glass of wine, I'm just saying. So we've got the Through the Tulips, we've got Cloudy Day embossing folder, Deck Planks 3D embossing folder. I think having a wood grain embossing folder is a great idea. And then we've got some Lisa Horton interference inks, some Altenew dots. Those dots and gems, just placing them on, always make a good finishing detail, I feel like. Okay, this one, this is just stunning. So this here is the Magnificent Magnolias Craft Your Life Kit. And I love that. I mean, we've kind of been going through and using and reading that people have been using this Magnificent Magnolias kit, but everything is so different. Then we've got the Altenew inks and the Obsidian pigment ink. And look at that. That is really, that looks to me like it's embossed, and then you've got the stenciled little sticks and then stenciled on the little vases. That's lovely. Here's another one of the dolls. So from this Alex Siberia and Spellbinder set. And how beautiful just to put that on a black cardstock, put this piece of vellum behind it that's stamped with the flowers, and look at the detail with the little flowers and the fan, you guys. That's so cute. And she even has a fan in her hair. That is adorable. Love it. And here we have some backgrounds. I'm not 100% sure which this is from, but this is definitely a press plate. And it looks like it might have just been some samples. So we've got, oh, that might be that Alex Siberia one. Remember that gold that we saw that was partially gold? I wonder, no, that's not the same. I was thinking that, but it's not the same. But it does remind me of that. So if you need to know what that is, just message us and we'll find out. That is so pretty. Again, I'm not sure exactly what that was, but it looks to me, so you've got the cat cut out there. You've got this background that's stamped, and in it looks to me like I would say the Lisa Horton maybe metallic inks because it's quite shiny, and then this in the background, which looks like Copic, I would say an alcohol-based marker that they've colored this with, and then put a few little white splatters to look like the sky. Isn't that pretty? Here's that cat again, and it's die cut out. Fun background here. Then we've got the little the garbage truck going by. Hopefully that's not too loud. The little bowl and these little cutouts like the mouse and the yarn and the fish. That's so sweet. That would be so lovely for like a cat person just to say thank you. This one here, what a beautiful background. So you can use your backgrounds that you have. My goodness, that's so loud. Use your backgrounds that you have and then cut the panel out and place it over top. Wouldn't that be a nice idea? So we've got Hero Arts Butterfly Confetti Die with a gel print underneath. That was very smart. And this is by Stacy. And the Hero Arts, it's our anniversary stamp and cut, and then some pink fresh dewdrops. That's really cute. This is one that I made, and this is with Lawn Fawn. So it's the anniversary stamp set, or 15-year, 5-year, the latest one, whatever year it is. And then I just stamped and cut. It's a little mini set. And if I have a stamp set that's small, it always makes me think about stamping it multiple times. So I wanted to do a rainbow look. Then on these little, so I stenciled everything with the coordinating stencils. And then I put some drops on, like glossy accents on the little bubbles, and then stickles on the hearts. And I added a little bit of white dots for the straw. So I love this. Then this one is one that I did as well. I colored it with Copics and stamped it with the new Lawn Fawn stamps. Those are really cute. And no, I have my dog up here, and if she starts barking, she's going to go in the basement. No, we're just going to shut the window because sometimes that is like a, if she sees anything out there, then it's a problem. So while I do that, I was away with my daughter at band camp on Monday night. Oh, Lord. And Coco was home with my middle daughter, who's 18, and Coco does not, like, she was not having any part of hanging out with Amy in the room while Erica and I were gone to band camp. It was not a good night. So Amy said that she howled all night. No. And she cried and she didn't sleep and no one slept. And so it was a little dramatic. Here. So I'm gonna just get her a toy. But if you've ever seen the videos of um, you know, like the dogs and with their, like the spare person who's, you know, the if it's, they absolutely have to stay with someone, they'll stay with them. Poor Amy, she loves Coco so much. And I'm just filling up a toy for her. And Coco's like, you're just not my favorite. Yeah. So, but we did have a really good time at band camp. And it was an overnight thing. It was gorgeous. The weather was gorgeous. Here you go. There. All right, we'll see if we can get through that. So that one was Lawn Fawn. This one was created by Lawn Fawn. Hi, Jenny. And sometimes when we, well, usually when we order from them, our big order, then they will send us complimentary cards to show, which is amazing. So this is using products from the last release, these little shelf kind of sitters, and I can't remember what the name of it is right now. So if there's ever any Lawn Fawn that you want ordered in, you can let Sandy know. You can email Sandy at scrapshots.com and she can place it with her next order. Those are very cute. And here's another one that they did. And this is that their new interactive die. You put the gift card in if you want a gift card in there. You could put a sentiment and then put a sentiment in here. That is really cute. And that little bird feeder and squirrels, so cute. This again was made by Lawn Fawn, and it has their little die cut birds and the bird feeder and the This is that plate, background plate with the leaves, which would go with so many different things. Your dog howls everywhere. She's, if we just go out and we put her in her crate and she's good. But like overnight, it was just not, it was not happening. It messed up her routine. So she has been very, very sticking very close to me since I got home. This is another cute one. Oh, this is one that I made. Um, and that little set with the bird feeder. So cute. And some lawn fawn paper, which is always fun. This one I made as well. Just keep something. And this is that heart tree from Lawn Fawn. You can stamp little sentiments in the little heart. The birds are popped up. We've got some stickles on there and some distress oxide inks in the background. And then these are some that are with the Winnie the Pooh, one of the Winnie the Pooh lines from Echo Park. There's a bunch of different Winnie the Pooh collections out right now, so I would say look through and see what you like. This is from a 12 by 12 collection pack, I think, or you know what, now that I think about it, I think it was from the 6 by 6 paper pack. And you know how they have the individual like um you have the little cut aparts in there, and I just cut them apart and here, come here, cut them apart and layered them um, on a matted background, and then that way I could have some have some create these cards with the focal image, but had some fun foil cardstock in the background. And I love the way that they turned out. Plus, I could use the stickers from the cardstock stickers. So if you have a pack of paper that maybe you've done some scrapbooking with and it's kind of run its course, just grab your pieces and cut out a bunch of background panels and just put them together. Hi, Tammy. All right, so I think I showed you all of the things that are in the shop as we were kind of going through. And the only other thing here, the only other thing is the Tailored Expressions square tear off calendars. And these come in like a pack of, I think it's 10. And so you can buy one and give them to your friends. I tried to look before the live started, but I don't know where I put it. But I used an IKEA picture frame, the ones that are plastic, and then they have the little stand on them. And I made a little calendar, so each month was almost like a card panel. And then I just decorated it however I wanted and put each month on it. So you can just pull off the months. I added a little bit of matted cardstock on the back, and then I could change it out each month. And that was fun to have in my craft room. But that is a look at today's goodies. We are still organizing. Sandy's getting her inventory counted. And if you do make a purchase in the shop, if there's any thing that she needs to change because of numbers, then she'll just let you know. But you can still do some shopping, and she's getting all organized from back from Carnival. And also we'll keep our eye open. I think it was midsummer. We will post in the Calgary Scrapaganza Facebook group when we're opening for Scrapaganza tickets. So that's very excited. That's our fall event with the crop and the shopping. And that will be again at the Thorncliffe Greenview Community Center. in Calgary. So if you join that group, you'll kind of hear as things start to be posted to the website. So thank you guys for hanging out. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. I have my daughter's grad tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. And we have a band concert Erica has tonight, so it's just been super busy but amazing week. So many fun things. So sorry, have a great week, guys. We will talk soon. Bye.